Turmoil right now is brewing in a Warren Township neighborhood after the homeowners there discovered there was a sexually violent predator living within feet of their children.
The 27-year-old moved back in July, and neighbors say the law allowed it. 13 Investigates reporter Sandra Chapman shows you why the only person who can force the offender out won't, because he's returning a favor.
6 families live tucked inside this small cul-de-sac on Musing Road. Most of them have young children. Children they're now worried about because of the new guy living with Bud next door.
He actually used to stay outside all the time on the driveway.
That was until neighbors noticed he was wearing an ankle bracelet. A quick search of the Indiana Sex Offender Registry revealed their worst nightmare. The new guy was 27-year-old Christopher Johnson, a sexually violent predator convicted of child molest.
The fact that there's 9 kids within 200 yards is a little hard for me to, think about.
Clint Seal has 4 children under the age of 7. His front door is less than 100 feet from the offenders, and there's nothing he can do about it. Under Indiana law, sexually violent predators are restricted from living 1,000 feet from a school, park, or licensed daycare, but nothing stops them from moving within 100 feet of a family's home. Captain Alan Schrum of the Marion County Sheriff's Department says there's nothing we can do under the law.
I feel like he's more freedom than we do.
I've asked him not even to go outside.
13 Investigates spoke with the only person who can stop it, Bud.
He got an early out from prison. Nothing planned. He can't leave the house. He's restricted. He can't do anything.
Bud says he allowed Johnson to move in as a returned favor.
I wasn't given the whole story to begin with.
What do you mean you weren't given the whole story?
His grandpa lives right there right across the street. That's his car.
Okay.
He's loaned me that because I burned mine up.
That's right. He agreed to house a sexually violent predator in exchange for the use of a vehicle.
I wouldn't have done it, but now I feel like he's a nice kid. He got a bad tag. I believe it.
Bad tag? He's a sexually violent predator.
No.
And according to Bud, Johnson can't live with his own grandfather because of his grandfather's alleged relationship with attorney Roberta Ross.
Conflict of interest, you can't live there.
But Ross told 13 Investigates she did not represent Christopher Johnson for trial and says a court approved his living arrangements. She simply calls this a witch hunt. Neighbors are now reaching out to their state representative in hopes of getting lawmakers to close the gap on a law that allowed a violent sexual predator to move into their circle and too close for comfort. Back to you in the studio.